Okay, so we are going to get some steps in. Let's make this happen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially rolling. I'm sure we are going to find many fascinating things in the park. There's always something. The infinite continuity of nature. Basically, random happenings that just keep appearing at you, and perhaps they have repeated themselves at the same time in some distant universe, but at least in this universe it also happened when you witnessed it. I think that makes it pretty special. It's really important to get your steps in. So many different benefits. 8,000 per day to 10,000 per day. Right now, I'm just warming up with the whole walking thing, but I have set it for starters on my watch as a goal for 7,000 steps per day. And I have been doing it pretty consistently, and I found it's great for my overall health. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the bosom of nature. Sometimes it's actually very easy to get to a natural place from your place. Might be just a few steps away. Just have to cross one street and you are there. We are going deeper into the jungle. I have explored every inch of this place. I love my morning walks and sometimes my afternoon walks when I can create something like this, just share it with others, especially if I find it really fascinating and beautiful. Because quite often we are just getting lost in the whole materialistic pursuit of material goods and status. And while it's cool, sometimes it's also great to just admire nature and art for the sake of it. You don't have to gain anything from it. And that's what really inspired me to create this video. Because I could be telling you about the newest email marketing software that we are testing and how are we getting leads for our online courses and things like that. But I can show you the beauty of nature as well, especially since everything is in full bloom. And I have recently acquired this Pixel 8 camera, which I think is doing an excellent job of just recording everything beautifully in 4K with image stabilization. And at the same time, I have this little microphone here from Rode. So this can last for up to 9 hours on a single battery charge. So it's pretty energy efficient. And I just need a second element that I plug in into my phone, into the USB-C. So then it connects through Bluetooth and gives me a really great quality of audio. Okay, we are going into the next spot. The path less traveled. Oh yes. This is one of my favorite spots. This river is called Bystrzyca. So that means that it's like a smart river, which I would agree with. Okay, let's go further. That tree over there, just, over there, the huge tree. It reminds me of that tree from the Game of Thrones, where they used to sit, and it was a place that was out of time in a way, which I really liked. It was this eternal Eden where they could sit outside of these chaotic historical and political upheavals that would soon rain down upon them. It was a place of ancient comfort. Over here, there was a really great oak tree. Once upon a time, when I moved here, it was still mostly intact, but already a little bit damaged. But right now you can see that it broke. The old magnificent oak right at the river here broke because there was a huge wind here last summer. I think that's really indicative of the climate change, because before you couldn't see winds like this that would basically crack even an old oak, but it really happened. So that's what's going on right now. You have at least an enormous mushroom over here. So nature is always doing its best to recycle everything. And of course, for some uninterrupted solitude in the middle of nature. Oh my gosh, look at this. Some huge mushrooms. Oh my God. Check out this one over here. This is just crazy. It's the biggest one I have ever seen. So you see, I told you that we will just go out for a couple of minutes, and from my perspective, we are going to encounter near miracles, because it's cool to sit in front of your computer and click and listen to the music, hop on a call, drink some coffee, but it's also cool to get your steps in and admire the otherworldly splendor of Mother Earth. Okay, so we are continuing our journey, because while I will cut it, so it will be shorter, but we are far from finished. Just speeding up the process here a little bit. I'm working on my VO2 max, Okay, we are at the second spot. My magnificent lake here, one of two. This is the one that is closer to my place. There's another one right over there. So if I want to immerse myself in nature, this is the perfect spot to be. And, it's not even that far away. Just a few steps. Look at these beautiful flowers over here. Oh yes, This is a spot where in the winter pigeons gather to get some food, because this whole thing is snowed over. This lake here is frozen, and there is just this little circle of ice over here, I mean of water, where ducks gather to get some food and avoid freezing. So as I was saying, the safari was great, but later on I was in a botanical garden in Prague, and this really blew my mind. It was in a magnificent area, huge area, and it had this, how do you call it, the green room, I think, right? Not a green room, sorry, a greenhouse. A greenhouse for tropical plants as well. So in a way I repeated that experience from my childhood over there. All right, now we are entering the third spot, the most secluded one of them all. There is another lake over here, and far fewer people. So I don't know if anyone will watch this video until the end. Perhaps the YouTube algorithm is going to prevail, and there will be 0 views almost, because my channel is really small and the retention is going to be really low, and it doesn't have all of these crazy, well thought out elements in it that usually all of these sophisticated videos have, but it has some authenticity. And I'm not just sitting at home with my camera, just statically. Instead, it's a dynamic environment where anything could happen at any point. Okay, so maybe this and this whole story aspect of it is going to carry it through. So let's see about that. Or maybe there will be just one person watching this video. So if that's you, thank you. I really appreciate it. You can hit like and subscribe button so you will get more videos. Or you don't have to, actually. We can just chill and enjoy this absolutely stunning day in nature. This whole video is about celebrating nature. Because in the corporate world, it's difficult to talk about things like art, nature, so unquantifiable. Doesn't fit on the spreadsheet, no? But what about human experience? What about just chilling in nature? It's also funny because there is an element of risk here. I don't know what kind of risk, but like a guy walking around with a selfie stick in the middle here of this place and just talking to a camera. But I don't really care. And when somebody walks around me, I just put the camera down just to not make them uncomfortable, because we are not at the red carpet here. So I think this is a quite a sustainable way to create really cool videos. But I just wanted to demonstrate that it doesn't have to be anything that is super fancy. I just have my microphone here and a little selfie stick and my Pixel 8 and we're doing just fine. Once again, just walking around the lake. Okay, but now, that's why a fly flew into my eye. So that's why you need to check these kinds of paths. The ones that are just leading to you don't really know where. Because you'll find always the best stuff at the end of such paths. I think they might be, there are a few over there. Maybe they are all in the stables or something. Usually they are just around here. Okay, sorry, no horses. What are you going to do now? Unsubscribe? Your retention rate is going to drop? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so we are just continuing. There is this big, magnificent area over here for the horses. So it's always great to just take a path like this, even if you don't have super fancy camera equipment. I've heard that iPhone has an even better camera for video, but it's definitely more expensive than Pixel 8. So maybe I will explore this in the future, but I was thinking that since I already have a MacBook, I don't want to entirely close myself in the Apple ecosystem. And instead I'm going to maintain an equitable balance between Android and iOS, just to make sure that I have some understanding of both platforms. I think that's really important. Instead of just being completely oblivious to the other platform, it's good to know what's going on both and use them to their advantage, because that Pixel, I'm telling you, with all of these great built-in capabilities, is a killer. In my opinion, it's really changed the game for me. Okay, we are going even further. Just look at these spots. There are two swans over there. Let me see if I can zoom in on them. Oh yeah. Yeah, the zoom here is not so great, but you can see the beautiful couple of swans that are chilling. Isn't that what we are all supposed to be doing? Just chilling? With the advent of robotic genius, AI-enabled supercomputers interacting with us on a daily basis, are we still supposed to be sitting 8 hours a day in front of a screen? I mean, if you are developing a new AI model and they are paying you $1 million per year or something, then, sit. By all means, sit. But if you are just, if you have some spare time, at least in your busy schedule, then just put the keyboard down. Holster up your mouse. Leave your podcasts behind. So the universe is just going to unfold in its own way. And you can't do nothing about it. But you can enjoy it. And maybe it's also very random and we don't really fully understand it yet. Maybe with the advent of AGI and the machine god, the ghost in the machine, we are going to figure it out. But what has been rubbing me the wrong way a little bit is that it's all in pursuit of corporate power. That whole AI race. I mean, of course, corporations are the ones with money, but it would be nice if it was in the name of bettering humanity. But I know that I'm demanding too much right now. But maybe it would be nice to change this conversation a little bit. And instead of sacrificing ourselves on the altar of artificial intelligence and technological progress, sometimes we should just go for a walk and look at the birds, admire everything that is happening. Since the AGI is also going to figure out some kind of crazy longevity solution that will allow people to live for 200 years or more, or maybe infinitely, it would be a good idea to take good care of yourself. You wouldn't want to miss out on a life-saving super drug, right? So I think in this regard, it's better to hedge your bets and invest in your health beforehand. So maybe when that crazy longevity solution comes, you'll be in the best place to receive it. Okay, it's pretty hot. So I wanted to step into the shade for a moment. Okay, so step and let's look at what's going on over here. Ladies and gentlemen, 5,141 steps. I used to watch a lot of Jocko Willink's podcasts, and he has this great saying, you step. And he's completely right. When we were building our new studio in Poznań, where we will be creating some online courses, so 2 cameras, green screen, audio interface, everything hooked up for automatic with audio and everything. So I had to pay attention to every single detail when we were getting this stuff. So in this video right here, I wanted to create a more authentic experience and also something that will not take me 20 hours to chop up. Instead, now I can just upload it. Please, por favor. Okay, so we are continuing over here. I'm going to show you one more amazing view, because you need to get at least a few amazing views per day, in my opinion. Because why not? Oh, there are ducks over here. That's how you roll over here. So moving forward, just through a beautiful foresty environment with birds singing. Oh yes, I like this spot a lot. There is this little wooden bridge over here, and in winter, when it snows a lot and it's covered in snow, when you run on it, it has this amazing hollow sound. Just amazing. So when you step on it, it feels like you are either Thorgal or Conan the Barbarian or some really highly developed character from Skyrim, Elder Scrolls. It's important to never lose that sense of exploration. To me, novelty has always been a fascinating concept. Not only does it foster neuroplasticity, but it's also just really awesome. That you just encounter the world, and for example, there is a place that you have never seen before, and somehow it triggers something in you. For example, the first time, and actually for now the last time, when I saw Taj Mahal, it just blew my mind. It's like your whole consciousness is being elevated to another level of understanding. So that's why this physical interaction with art is very important in my opinion. And there is no better source of art than nature itself. So instead of just sitting at home all the time and scrolling on Instagram to find art inspiration, you can also just find it in other spots. You don't have to go to Taj Mahal. I'm always looking for spots that are just a few kilometers away that I have simply never been to. Ooh, that's a fly beamer. Oh yeah. Some nice tanks. Okay, let's continue. It's really hot. I mean, really hot, which is like 25 degrees, which is nothing. But I'm just getting used to it because it has been cold for like 8 months. Okay, 5.9 thousand. Look at this thing over here. Crazy. Huh. There was a store that was closed, and now it's going to be open with something else. Dzień dobry. So this is absolutely crazy. I was just talking to this guy from this place over here, and he told me that they are opening a new restaurant here in just 2 weeks. And I peeked inside to talk to the guy to get some info about what will be happening here, and it was full of plants. It was absolutely full of just magnificent plants, and it's going to be in Asian style. So, as you can see, I have basically manifested a whole new restaurant full of botanical plants, simply because we just decided to step outside and admire nature. So usually I go that way over there, and I'm already at home. But I'm enjoying it so much that we can do a little bit more, and I can do 7,000 steps just to show you that actually it's not such a big deal. And I'm basically walking and talking all the time. Beautiful gardens. So I used to live in Spain, and while it was really amazing, it was always just a tiny bit too dry for my taste, because it prevented this kind of lush, splendid vegetation from flourishing. But there is nothing like a Mediterranean garden. Oh yeah, later in this year I'm going to Croatia for a big tour with my friends on to an exotic Croatian island. So I'm going to find so much stuff there. OMG, there was a corgi walking around here. Corgi, the best dog ever. Wow, look at this pimped out Skoda. Skoda Enyaq. Pretty good. I can see that people are starting to embrace these cars with bright green colors. I think everybody is inspired by nature these days. Actually, to be perfectly honest, this is way less effort to me than setting up my whole audio, my whole video, the whole station at the laptop, deal with the batteries, set things up on tripods, testing audio levels, live monitor audio to make sure that there is not a single extraneous sound that is interfering with our audio quality. But here, when we just walk around, it doesn't matter, does it? There is this whole obsession. There's a whole niche on YouTube about audio, and oof, I love audio. And don't get me wrong, I'm part of that niche. But you know, sometimes don't just obsess over audio, when the thing that will make the biggest difference sometimes is just straight up storytelling. And from what I was researching, one of the biggest trends in marketing this year is also authenticity. Because people, I think, are, including myself, are a little bit tired of this constant anonymous bombardment. And that's why I've been hearing that just a lot of smaller influencers, local ones, that are, hey, I'm from this area and I do this thing, are gaining a lot of prominence simply because people crave that authenticity and the local flavor, you know? Okay, so now through the arid desert, I'm a little bit thirsty, but feeling good. 6,700 steps. Now we are in a more populated area. But I'm really happy with my neighborhood here in Wrocław. Because of its greenery. It's quite unique in that regard. Many neighborhoods over here are just overcrowded with concrete and tumultuous with the sound of traffic, while this one is still full of people and with quite easy access to the airport and the main city, but it's just so much more chill, as you already had seen actually. It's arguably, with my current setup, it's the best place I have ever lived. Way more chill than New York. Oh yes, we did it. Step goal hit. If this goes well, maybe I can at some point take my Canon M50 to a natural spot, and we are going to create something even more beautiful for you, I mean, in terms of video quality. But this is just a little test. Always take the stairs. Less crowded. Not so confined. You can do a micro workout. Let's just get this thing going. Oh, I'm so hot. Okay, so it's working. Hopefully 18 degrees, that would be a miracle. So you see, now, do you see why I don't want to spend my whole day here at the office in the middle of it's not even the middle of the summer. It's just the end or like middle basically of spring. Wow, this thing is going to be so hot. So keep it real. Enjoy your plants, support plant life, and move. Enjoy nature.